We have breaking news coming in right now.
The numbers are absolutely unprecedented.
For 3 days, you have heard the noise.
The upcoming election.
Growth, 7.4% GDP, new tax regime. The media celebrated. The politicians thumped their desks. They told you this budget was a rocket ship. They lied. While you were distracted by the fireworks, they quietly removed the floorboards beneath your feet. I waited 3 days to make this video. I didn't want to give you the headlines. I wanted to read the fine print. And what I found isn't economic policy. It is an eviction notice. If you earn between 5 and 20 lakhs a year, the India you were promised is gone. The party is over. Now, let's look at the bill. Let's start with the American dream of India, owning a home. In the 2026 budget, the finance minister spoke for 90 minutes. Do you know what was missing? The words affordable housing. Here is the data they hid. In 2019, for every one house built, there was one buyer. Today, for every one buyer, we are building 0.36 homes. The supply of homes under 40 lakhs has crashed from 18% to just 12% in 1 year. Why? Because the government refused to touch the GST or give tax breaks to builders for small homes. They want premium. They want luxury. They don't want you. But it gets worse. The indexation benefit is gone. If you sell an old property to buy a new one, the 12.5% tax will eat your down payment alive. They have effectively locked the market. If you don't own a home today, the math says you likely never will. You are now a permanent tenant in your own country. But being homeless is fine, as long as you have freedom. Right. Page 42 of the finance bill. The digital infrastructure push. It sounds modern. It sounds like UPI. It is not. This is the Digital Rupee, CBDC, Phase 2. They call it programmable money. Imagine a 500 rupee note. But this note has a rule attached to it. It can only be spent on food, or it expires in 30 days if you don't spend it. The RBI has already admitted this technology exists. In 2026, they are rolling out offline functionality. Why? To replace cash entirely. Once physical cash is gone, they control the velocity of your life. If inflation is high, they can put an expiry date on your salary to force you to spend. If you buy too much gold, click. Transaction declined. This isn't money. It's a coupon. And the issuer can cancel it whenever they want. Now you might be thinking, but didn't they cut taxes? Didn't they change the slabs? This is the smartest trick the devil ever pulled. They dazzled you with a headline. You save 17,500 rupees under the new regime. Do the math with me. 17,500 rupees a year is roughly 1,400 rupees a month. That is the price of one pizza. In exchange for this pizza, look at what they took from you. Under the new regime, you lose HRA. You lose the LTA. You lose the interest deduction on your home loan. See the pattern. Chapter 1. They stopped building affordable homes. Chapter 3. They removed the tax incentive to buy a home. They are systematically dismantling the safety nets that built the middle class. The old regime was designed to make you save, force savings in PF, insurance, housing. The new regime is designed to make you spend. They want your liquidity in the market, not in your assets. And here is the silent killer: fiscal drag. If your salary goes up by 10% to match inflation, you aren't richer. You can buy the same amount of milk and petrol, but that 10% hike pushes you into a higher tax bracket. So your purchasing power stays flat, but your tax bill goes up. The government profits from inflation. You pay the price. They hand you pennies with the left hand and steal your future with the right. Do not celebrate the tax cut. It's a bribe to get you to drop your shield. So, the taxman takes 30%. Inflation takes 8%. But there is one tax that isn't on any payslip: the survival tax. While the
Digital
budget
India is
allocated billions
revolutionizing
to
rural
digital
access to
highways
resources.
and Viksit Bharat, our physical
Technology is
reality
bridging
is
gaps and
collapsing.
empowering
Look at the
communities.
water crisis in Bengaluru and Delhi. This isn't a summer problem anymore. It is a permanent feature. If you live in a metro city, you are likely paying 2,000 rupees to 5,000 rupees a month to private water tankers. That is a direct tax on your existence. And the government's response in the budget? Silence. No emergency aquifer recharge mission. No war-footing infrastructure. Instead, they are pushing river-linking projects that will take 20 years to finish. You don't have 20 years. You might not have 20 months. The urban trap is simple. You move to the city for a high salary. But the city is so broken that you spend that entire salary just to maintain a basic standard of living, buying air purifiers, buying water, buying private healthcare because the public hospitals are overrun. You aren't a citizen in these cities. You are a customer, and the service is terrible. Connect the dots. You can't afford a home. Your tax shield is gone. Your city is expensive. How does the system expect you to survive? They don't expect you to earn it. They expect you to borrow it. Look at the data. Household savings in India have dropped to a 50-year low. Meanwhile, personal loans and credit card debt are at an all-time high. This is not an accident. This is the business model. The no-cost EMI is the greatest lie ever sold to the middle class. It disconnects the pain of paying from the pleasure of buying. In 2026, the average young Indian is spending next month's salary today. You are eating your future. The budget encouraged this. By pushing consumption over savings, they are turning a generation of savers into a generation of slaves. If you have an EMI for your phone, an EMI for your car, and an EMI for your vacation, you are not free. You are an indentured servant to the bank. You cannot quit your job. You cannot take risks. You cannot speak up. You are owned. So, what do? You stop playing their game. The budget made it clear. The system will not save you. You must save yourself. Here is your exit strategy. Step 1. The shield. Do not keep your emergency fund in a bank that can freeze it. Buy physical gold. Buy silver. Assets they cannot track and cannot delete. Step 2. The escape. The metros are dying. The growth in 2026 is in Tier 2 cities. Surat, Vizag, Indore. Places where water still flows and land is still real. Step 3. The offense. Stop earning in a currency that loses 8% value every year. Learn a sovereign skill. AI ops, data security. Earn in dollars. Spend in rupees. The middle class is a sinking ship. Do not try to patch the holes. Get off the boat. Swim to the island of ownership. They have their plan. Now, you have yours. Disappear, build, and never trust the headlines. Class dismissed.